Hello everybody, we're getting ready to do lesson 9.2 of defining radian measure for Algebra 2 math. It would be part 1, part 2, and part 3 would be available here. 9.2, define general angles and use radian measure. Here is our standard for this lesson. We got a 36-point skill sheet and we got 0 points of notes to take for this part 1. Teachers, here's your bell work for your students to warm up with, and give them about 5 minutes to do this. Okay, welcome back everybody. Here is number 1 here for our plug-in here. This is 5/8, by the way. 5/8. We come up with square root of 39 for x here, and then these are our trig functions now that we know all sides of this triangle here. And then for number 2, this would be this again. This would be square root of 51 would be here, and then we fill in for other trig functions there once we know that. Okay, define general angles and use radian measure. You use acute angles measured in degrees. You will use general angles that may be measured in radians. So, key concept here, angles in standard position. In a coordinate plane, an angle can be formed by fixing one ray called the initial side. So this is the initial side here. Rotating the other ray called the terminal side. This would be the terminal side here. So when you rotate it like that, an angle is in a standard position if its vertex is at the origin and its initial side lies on the positive x-axis. That'd be standard position. It would be over here on the positive x-axis, or it could be even over here like that. Okay, the measure of an angle is positive if the rotating of its terminal side is counterclockwise. So going this way, this is a positive angle, and negative if the rotation is clockwise. So if you have an angle that rotates like this, it's a negative angle. This will be a positive angle rotating like that. The terminal side of an angle can make more than one rotation. So drawing angles in standard position, 240. This will be 240 here. We're going positive here, 240 degrees. So it's 60 degrees beyond the 180 here. 500 degrees. So now we're going one full rotation, and then we go another 140. So we have 360 plus 140 would equal 500. And then negative 50. So negative 50, we go clockwise 50 degrees, and that gives us our negative 50. Okay, I've got to practice here. Draw an angle with a given measure in standard position. So we have 65. Students, this is yours, the 230 degree angle. So for the guided practice here, 65 degrees, just be that. I mean, you rotate it counterclockwise 65 degrees, this terminal side here. Okay, moving on. Okay, so for our sample answer here, 65 plus 360 would equal 425. This would be an example here of doing one rotation, one complete rotation, plus 65 degrees. So we have 360 plus 65. So we go one rotation, then 65 more. This would be a 425 degree angle. So 65 minus 360, this would be a negative 295. So negative 295, you would go this way. And your terminal side would still be here at 65 degrees, but it would be approaching it from going the opposite way. doing a negative 295 instead of a positive 65. Okay, it's 65. Positive coterminal angle is 425. Positive coterminal will be 425. So we could go this way here, 360 plus 65. That'd be a coterminal. It'd be, in other words, they would have a 65-degree terminal side as well as a 425 terminal side. A negative coterminal side would be negative 295. So this position right here of the terminal side would be apropos to this measurement here as well as this measurement and this measurement. This would be coterminal for these three angle measures. Okay, coterminal angles. In example 1, angles 500 and 140 are coterminal, meaning they have the same terminal side position because their terminal sides coincide. An angle coterminal with a given angle can be found by adding or subtracting multiples of 60. So, for example 2, find coterminal angles for one positive angle, one negative angle that are coterminal with negative 45 and positive 395. So for negative 45, it would be 315 would be coterminal, and then negative 405, both of these would be. So you just add or subtract 365 from 45. And then this would be the diagram here for that. You have this here, which would be a negative 45, and then a negative 405. You go this way, negative 405, or you go 315 here. This would be the positive 315. And 395 minus 360 would be a 35-degree, or a negative 325 would be coterminal there. So we have a 35 here, and then we have a 395 degree would be 360 plus 35 would be 395, or we have a negative here of negative 325. That would be coterminal with a 395 degree angle. Okay, our guided practice. Students, this is you. We're going to do this one, the guided practice in class right now. So, draw an angle we give a measure, okay, 300 degrees. So here would be 300 degrees. You go counterclockwise 300 degrees. This would be here. This would be your 65-degree angle here. That would be one way of looking at it. We have 300 degrees here. 300 plus 360 would be 660. So that would be once, and then around again, 300 degrees. That would be 660 here. And then 300 minus 360 would be a negative 60. So this would be a negative 60 degrees here. Okay, everybody, that was 9.2 of Algebra 2, Part 1. If you want Part 2, Part 3, email me here and I can get that out to you. If you want worksheets, tests, tutoring, quizzes, solution PowerPoints, email me here. Thank you very much.